But there are different components of this Facebook ad, and I'm going to show you here just a really quick technique on how to get 10,000 fans for as low as $20. And I've actually spent that much on a few ad campaigns through this technique. So first of all, where this arrow is pointing, and I couldn't pull up an example of this with the actual like link, but where this arrow is pointing, when users see it, there's actually going to be a little like link in the lower left corner of your ad, at least in the right-hand side of Facebook. In the newsfeed, there'll actually be a big like button next to it. That like link is actually what you want to focus on. So first of all, you want to segment your audience into passions. So do the same thing you did for your hub and spoke model, and you can do this with a single brand or with your hub and spoke model, and even separate the individual spokes into additional passions if you want, or focus on just the main passion of that spoke. But if you're focusing on the brand, you can actually focus your ad campaigns into the individual spokes and point back to the brand page if you want, and you'll see similar results on the brand page itself. Now, my argument is you're not going to see as quick a growth on the brand page itself as you will on those spokes, because those spokes are focused more around those passions. But you will see significant growth on a single brand page if you don't have the time or energy to go into the hub and spoke model through the bicycle wheel model. So segment that audience into passions. Then you need to understand the ad structure, and I jumped the gun on this. Here's where that ad structure is. You've got down in the lower left, you've got where that like button is. The right side is where the content of the ad is, where it says like if you love Facebook here. Middle is where your image is. The image is actually going to be an important part in that that image has to attract the attention of that audience. And I'd argue actually here, I could actually improve this image some. A series of blurry text isn't going to grab a whole lot of attention. I would probably change this, put something that makes people laugh or makes people just jump out of their chair when they see it or something like that, and maybe even put an arrow on the left that points down to the like button. And your text should be focused on that like button as well, and I'll tell you why in a second. And then you have the title at the top, and that should also be eye-catching, something that pulls people out. Now here, of course, everyone loves Facebook, and this is going to resonate with the typical Facebook user. And I actually take this ad and I target it to a specific marketing audience, but I know that marketing audience is very passionate about Facebook. So of course, right here, they're going to love. Of course, they love Facebook. They're going to say, "Hey, I agree about that." And then, like if you love Facebook, that encourages them. That focuses on the love Facebook part. Again, we're focusing on passions of the audience. And the like, I'm telling them what I want them to do in that ad. And that's where they'll click the like button down in the lower left that I talked about. So here's the key reason I say you need to focus on that like button. That like link does not cost you money in most cases. Only actions, meaning comments and shares or clicks do. Now, there are some cases where that like link will cost you money, but you can actually structure your ad so that it is focused on reducing the cost that you have on the number of likes. And I'll show you how I'm kind of testing that at the moment with the ad I recently started around this. But that like link does not cost money, so you want to get people clicking that like button. Here's the other thing with that like link. When they click that like link, that invisible like link on the image that is usually there, and if you look in your right-hand column of Facebook, you'll see some of them have a little like link or like button on the in the lower left, or if it's a newsfeed ad, it'll be a like button, basically. That like button or that like link, when they click like, it actually likes the page. It doesn't just like the ad or the post. It likes the page. So if you can get them, as many people as you can, clicking that like link or that like button without actually clicking on the ad, your page likes are going to go up, and it's going to cost you much less than them clicking on that ad. So you want to get them to click like on that ad as much as you can without having to click on it. Now, you want to be honest in the ad. You want to be straightforward in the ad that this is the content of the ad is relevant to the content that your page is going to post. You don't want to trick the users in any way, or you will get people unliking your page quickly and maybe even reporting it. But if you're honest in your ad, in this case, everyone who likes my page is going to get content related to Facebook, and it's going to be interesting content related to Facebook. It just so happens that they're all marketers. So in my case of that ad related to Facebook, like if you love Facebook, is a very action-oriented ad that tells people to click that like button if they love Facebook. It doesn't say click on this ad if you love Facebook. It says like, which is what I want them to do. And again, that like if you love text, I really like that, and no pun intended, I really like that that phrase there, and I use this on a lot of ads. There are other ways of doing this. You don't have to do the like if you love format. This is just my favorite. The key is you want to find a passion, something around a feeling that they have, something that just resonates with that audience you're targeting, and then you want to tell them what you want them to do. In this case, this is focused on page growth, and I'll get to conversions and focusing on revenue here in a second, and there are different types of ads you can use for that. But focusing on page growth, that like if you love is a very focused way of getting people to like based on the passions that they have. But you can come up with your own phrasing in ways that you can resonate with that. And just to put that in a frame of reference, I have actually had campaigns, and there's several different passions that just really resonate with audiences on Facebook. And if you can find that sweet spot, the lowest I've ever gotten, and I've done this a few times, on a promoted page post has been 0.2 of a cent per like. And that's actually how you should be measuring. How much are you spending per like if you're trying to focus on page growth? Now, if you're focusing on revenue, which may be your end target destination, you may be focusing on another metric. But this is one element of your Facebook campaign, is getting that page growth. So now you can start targeting links to get traffic and get conversions for you. But that is the lowest you can go, and I actually average probably about anywhere from 0.6 of a cent to maybe a cent, or maybe sometimes 2 cents per like. But I mean, that lowest amount, $20, will get you 10,000 fans, and you see that Facebook page out there called Get 10,000 Fans. Well, he's doing it to make money on the stuff he's sharing on Facebook, and his supposed method of creating those 10,000 fans. Well, this is really how you get 10,000 fans. If you can come up with the right passion and get a low enough cost per like, you can have 10,000 fans with as low as $20 spent, and that's completely real. Now, the great thing about that is not only are these just 10,000 fans. I mean, you can go out and you can buy fans from certain people and organizations, or maybe trade fans with some things out there. The problem with those is your audience that you end up with is going to be very untargeted. It's going to be a very broad audience. And I actually had the problem with my books page where people just started liking it out of the name. I ended up with an audience of nothing but teenagers as a result, and that doesn't sell very well, at least for my audience, targeting marketers. So the advantage of this approach, and actually I'm doing this with my books page now, is I can target specifically marketers, and I can target people specific to my brand that are going to purchase. And the key is now you're going to start focusing on how much you make off of this audience, and now you have a finely targeted audience of 10,000 fans that have all have a passion around the things that you're sharing on that page and the things that will bring you money. And that's why this technique is actually okay in focusing on fans, because ideally, if you've targeted the right audience and you've figured out who that audience should be, you should have a finely targeted audience of, it can even be a small audience, of people that are going to purchase, people that are going to convert for you.